Hello, welcome to another podcast episode of The Infinite CEO. This podcast is about magnetizing, mastering your energetics and your intuition and your mindset and embodiment work for maximum expansion in your business. I want to talk to you today about how you show up, the energy in which you show up affects and impacts every single thing that you do. When you have energy that supports growth, you have a belief, okay? The belief is energy. If you have the belief in the energy that you are able to magnetize clients to you, if you have belief in energy that is super abundant, like you're focusing on the abundance of your life instead of the lack and the bullshit, your experience is going to be different and people are going to receive your information. The information in which you give out is going to be received differently depending on the energy that is behind you. It also depends on the energy in which the person is listening to you or the person that reads your post is in at that moment too. So you can have a post that you put out that you think is absolutely amazing, and some people are going to read that post and think, yes, oh my goodness, she's in my head, she knows, how does she know, and all these things. And then they look further into you and then they decide, yes, I've met this person has come into my world for a reason. If they are in a more of a negative or lack mindset, they're going to look at your post and they're going to go, this chick is just banging on the same as everybody else. She's got no idea. But those people might not be your people anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So when you are putting the energy behind the post, when you're putting the energy behind everything that you do, you have to ensure that your energy is at its peak. Peak energy means that you're tapping into your peak potential, which means that you're tapping into your peak ideal client, which means that you are tapping into all these amazing things. So if you are doing that, if you're making sure that your energy at its peak, and then you write the thing, or then you do the podcast, or then you do the live, or whatever it is that you're doing in your business at that moment, is going to have more impact for the people that are meant to read it, for the people that are actually going to take action on the post, on the podcast, or on the thing. So what do you do when you're not feeling at your peak performance? What do you do if you're not feeling at your peak potential when you go to do a post? If you're just doing a post to write something, then you're going to have to really work at the energy behind the post before you put it out there. Every single podcast, I had a client say to me the other week that the reason why she loves my podcast is because the energy behind the podcast is not something like, oh, I've got to go and create another podcast now, or oh, I've got to go and create something else. I'm not putting something out there just to put something out there. I'm putting something out there because I believe in what I teach. I believe in how I help people. I love helping people. The Women in the Infinite CEO Mastermind, Mini Mind membership thing are incredible. I have been able to attract some incredible people in that membership because of the energy that I put out behind my posts. Okay, and this client of mine who is in the Infinite CEO membership, she's like, it doesn't feel like you're going, oh, now I have to do another podcast. And so she wants to listen to it as a result. So these are the kind of things that will start to happen. These are the kind of feedbacks that you will start to receive when your energy is on point with your message, and then when your results are being able to shine through from the clients that you've worked with. You've got amazing testimonials, and the results that your clients are getting are friggin' fantastic because of the energy behind the post that called them to action. Your call to action has called them into acting on the post that you've put out. And so if your energy is on point and you've got your peak performance and your peak potential shining through every single thing that you do, then you are going to be able to grow your business so much faster than if you didn't do that. So you'll be able to magnetize those clients. You'll be able to magnetize your energy because you are your energy, okay? If you are feeling like, oh, I can't be bothered to do this, I don't want to do this, then either don't do it. You listen to your intuition. If your energy is saying, I'm actually not feeling this right now, maybe I just won't do it, then don't do it. You've got two options in that moment, okay? If you have said, I'm going to do a podcast at Friday 4:19, because that's what time it is right now. I've said I'm going to do a podcast today. And then I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I just can't be bothered to do the podcast. But I said I was going to do it, so I should do it. And oh my God, I don't want to do it. And okay. But I said I was going to do that thing and I'm dedicated. And then you have to try and build yourself up. I'm dedicated to this. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it, even though I don't feel like doing it. So in that moment, you have two choices. You have three choices, really. Let's go with three choices. You have three choices. One choice is you just don't do the thing. And you go, oh, I know I said I was going to do that thing today, but whatever, I'm not going to do it. Okay. This is your business. It's your business. If you decide to do the thing tomorrow, does it really matter? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is that you have let yourself down more than anything. If you've gone, I'm not going to do it today, then you've let yourself down. That's just what it is. The second choice is you do it anyway. The energy behind it is kind of blasé. You don't really have a point to the podcast, or you don't really have a point to the post. It's just putting something out there. So you can say, yeah, I've done it. And then you can say, oh, I showed up even though I didn't feel like it. Kudos to me. The third option is get yourself into the state. Hype yourself up. Be your own hype man. Listen to some music that is going to pump you up. Listen to a podcast that is going to pump you up. Like, do your own energetics and get yourself into the state in which you can show up. Even if you're showing up just for a few seconds, even if you're showing up just for a minute or so. My son's just gotten home from school and he can see me talking to the screen and he's like, am I able to come in? I'm like, no. So get yourself into the state in which you can deliver with the right energetics behind you. It doesn't have to be a long-term thing. It doesn't have to be once I hype myself up, then I'm going to want to stay and do another 3 hours worth of work. If you don't want to do that, then don't do that. Hype yourself up, get yourself into the right energetic state, remind yourself why you were doing it. Not that, oh, I have to do this thing. It's like, why am I doing it for? Because I want to inspire my people. I want them to know that 5 minutes ago, I really did not feel like doing this podcast. And now I'm doing this podcast and I've got amazing energy behind it because I've hyped myself up, because I trust and believe in myself and I know what I'm talking about. So if you have that deep trust in yourself, even if you don't prepare for a podcast, or you don't prepare for a speech, or you don't prepare for anything, you will still be able to talk about something of value because you believe and you know that you know that you know. You trust the message that comes through for you in that moment. This is why expanding on your intuition is very important in your business, so that you can use your intuition to guide you on actionable steps that you can follow through with, and that is attractive energy. People want to work with other people that feel good about what they do. I'm going to say that again. People want to work with people, not AI, not robots. People want to work with people that love what they do and trust in themselves and believe in themselves. If I didn't believe in myself and I'm showing up here, the energy around this podcast is going to be very, very different. It's going to be, I hope somebody likes what I have to say. But no, I'm sitting here and I'm telling you things about what you need to know to move forward in your life and your business. I'm telling you about the energetics behind a post that might be that one post that makes somebody go, oh, I want to work with her. I've seen her stuff before, but I haven't really paid attention. But the energy behind it is now incredible. And that one post, it only takes one post for somebody to say, now I'll reach out. Now I'll reach out. Because I can feel that she loves what she does. I can feel the energy behind the post, and it's incredible. And I want to be around that. Doesn't mean you have to be in high vibration all the time. Doesn't mean that you have to try and utilize the law of attraction all the time. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that you are holding sacred space for yourself and for your potential client in the moment that it is needed. So people want to buy off people that love what they do. If I was showing up here talking about this exact same thing and I was like, so the energetics is really important. Energetics in your business is really important. But it helps you maximize your growth in your business. That's bullshit. Nobody would listen to the podcast if it was all like that. People want to work with people that love what they do. Just keep that in mind next time you go to post something, or next time you go to do anything in your business, whether it is putting yourself out in a screen, whether it's writing a post, whether it's doing some graphic work, whether it's doing some accounting stuff that only accountants seem to like to do. Think about that. Think about, I don't particularly like sitting down doing accounting work, but I sit there and I do it and I have great energy around it because I'm like, this is fueling my business. This is helping me in my business. This is supporting my business. There was a stage when I was hairdressing, then I owned my own salon as a hairdresser, and I buried my head in the sand so much when it came to my finances that when I went to go and get product that I desperately needed, because it was like Christmas time and it was a super busy week, I think, and I needed this stock, and I literally had $50 in my bank account and I needed $600 worth of stock. Because I buried my head in the sand and I was crying on the phone to my husband going, I can't afford the stock and I need the stock and I deserve it. And completely had a mental breakdown. And my husband's like, take the money out of our account and then you can pay it back. Thank goodness. But that was because I had my head in the sand when it came to my accounting stuff. So that taught me a very valuable lesson that you cannot hide away from financing stuff. You have to, you have to understand about your bank account. And so even in those moments that I'm there going, oh, I wrapping my head around all this accounting stuff. I'm learning accounting stuff still. Even now, I've been in business for like 9 years, with the salon and now with this as well. And it's like, dude, I can still enjoy the fact that I get to do the accounting work, and the energy behind the accounting work is this is supporting my business, not, oh my goodness, I can't do this, I hate doing accounting work. It's like, this is supporting my business. So make sure that the energy that you have behind everything that you do in your business is at its peak, so that you can attract peak clients. Your ideal clients are peak clients, okay? So you don't have to have, there's this old saying that how you do anything is how you do everything. You don't have to hang socks on the washing line with the same enthusiasm as what you do when you show up for a podcast. That is one of the most ridiculous sayings I think I've ever heard, because sometimes when I'm doing the dishes, I don't like doing the dishes. And so I'm not going to show up doing the dishes with the same enthusiasm as what I do when I'm with a client and I get to help them in that way. Sometimes my intuition says, enjoy doing the dishes. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But when my intuition tells me to do the dishes, I do show up and do them differently to when I'm walking past the sink and I'm like, I should do the dishes because there's a lot there. But you can see how energy affects every single thing. Energy influences everything. If you are wanting to attract clients from the things that you are doing in your business, make sure that the energetics is in alignment with your highest potential, is in alignment with your higher self, and your body is also on board. Because if your body is not on board, your body and your mind and your higher self and your subconscious all need to be on the same page. If your body is telling you to go for a run and you're forcing yourself to sit there, or if your body is in pain or your body needs to rest and you're sitting here forcing yourself to work because you have a deadline, it means that you're not in alignment. And energy is everything. Energy influences everything. So make sure you have the right energy behind what you are doing in your business. All right, that's it from me for today. I hope that you learned something valuable in this podcast. It has been very, very valuable. And remember to always learn lots and be kind. Bye for now.